Hello, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Laura, and today I'm going to talk about my favorite bookstores in the United States. So once again, welcome. Thank you so much for deciding to click on this video today. I am a flight attendant for a major United States airline. I always seek out independent bookstores when I'm on layovers. It's like probably the one thing I do when I get my schedule every month is I look at the cities I lay over in and say, where can I go shopping? So this is just a collection of some of my very favorite. First store on this list is the Book Loft of German Village, located in Columbus, Ohio. This bookstore is open every single day of the year except for Thanksgiving and Christmas. Everything in it is brand new and everything is discounted by at least 5% off of the publishing price. So that's pretty cool. A lot of stuff is marked down way more than that. This bookstore is also gigantic. It covers 32 rooms, and it takes up an entire street block of a pre-Civil War building in, you guessed it, German Village in the Columbus, Ohio downtown area. This one was founded in 1977, and it originally started in just part of this building with just 3 rooms and grew to what it is today. It takes at least an hour to just even walk through all of the store. It is such a cool place to just spend time browsing, and it's next door to a really cute coffee shop. I highly recommend this one if you are in Columbus. The next one, I'm cheating a little because this is right here where I live in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, but it is Harriets Bookshop and their sister store, which is called Ida's Bookshop over in Collingswood, New Jersey, which is just right over the bridge. Harriet's was the original, and it opened just a few weeks before the pandemic hit. So that's pretty incredible that they managed to stick it out. It is Black woman owned, and that is a huge part of their identity. Harriet's comes from Harriet Tubman, and Ida comes from Ida B. Wells, another Black activist. They're heavily focused on promoting Black authors, particularly women and non-binary folks. Harriet's is located in Fishtown in Philadelphia. While this isn't a huge bookstore by any means, there's so much life and culture in the shop. The owner, Janine Cook, is very huge into activism and in the bookish community in Philadelphia, and honestly in the country. She's been featured on Oprah. She's been featured in so many publications. She's done so much for the book community, and I feel honored to live in the city where I can visit this bookstore anytime I want. Next up is Changing Hands in Phoenix, Arizona. This bookshop opened its original location in Tempe, Arizona in 1974. The current location and the one I visited was opened in 2014, and it actually is in the city of Phoenix. They have a huge selection, in addition to books, of bookish themed gifts and just like Arizona themed stuff, which is pretty cool. Don't ask my husband about it, but I'm a sucker for a good t-shirt or a coffee mug. Coffee mugs are really my kryptonite when it comes to indie bookstores. I have so many, and I get so excited about like branded stuff from different stores I visit. So they definitely have a great selection with a lot to choose from. One of the best parts of this bookstore is the fact that they have a bar within the bookstore, First Draft Book Bar, and it is amazing. They have such a great selection of beer, wine, coffee drinks, of course, and snacks. And well, I don't believe you can walk around the store with a drink, but there's tons of seating where you can sit down with a book and just read the day away. There's also a huge event space where they host all kinds of events like weddings and author events and all kinds of other stuff. The next one is Capitol Books on K in Sacramento, California. This is a bookstore I did not even look for. I did not plan to go here. I stumbled across it. I was just in Sacramento. I was really tired from an early morning, and I just said to myself, I have to get out of this hotel room. I need to go for a walk. I'll just take a quick walk and come back to my room. And I stumbled across this bookstore. It is awesome. It is huge. They are so focused on queer literature and just like queer culture. They are huge in the community. They participate in tons of community events, and the selection was amazing. This location opened in 2019 when there wasn't a single bookstore in downtown Sacramento. They also have their entire basement area, which is dedicated to sci-fi books, graphic novels, games, toys, and it's called Another Universe. It's pretty neat. It's definitely more of like almost a comic book shop within the bookshop itself, and it is just super neat. This was such a cool bookstore and a really great find for me when I was visiting Sacramento. I feel like the next one I barely need to tell anybody about, but it is Powell's City of Books in Portland, Oregon. This bookstore originally opened in 1971, and it's currently run by Emily Powell, who is the third generation of the Powell family to own the bookstore and run it. They carry both new and used books, and I think it's really neat that they have them all mixed together in the shelves. So if you're just looking for a particular author, you can see everything that that author has in stock in the store right there. You don't have to go look at the new books and then look at the used books like a lot of bookstores tend to have shelved like that. This bookstore is humongous. I can't tell you how many times I got lost, despite the fact that it's very well marked with different colors to signify the different rooms. It's humongous and just so easy to get lost in. You could spend hours and hours here, and I did. Looking up stuff about Powell's for this video, I also found out that it used to be a car dealership, the location. So if you've been to Powell's, think about it and the layout, and you can totally see how this used to be a car dealership. Certain parts of the store definitely give that vibe, and it's really cool. Next time I go, I'm definitely gonna keep an eye out to like identify more parts of it that you can tell used to be a car dealership. They also have an amazing coffee shop where you can just sit and read for hours. No one will bother you if you haven't paid for your books yet. It's pretty cool. And they have incredible coffee drinks, which is so important when you are settling in to do some reading. This next one is one of my very favorite indie bookstores, and it is probably one of the first ones I ever went to when I started to get really back into reading again versus just like, you know, one book a month. This one is the Last Bookstore in Los Angeles, California. They have both new and used books again, and they are in downtown LA. They opened in 2005. They have a huge downstairs area, and then the upstairs area, there is this big section of books, but they also have a whole bunch of art studios in addition to like a comic book area and like a huge like record shop. So it's pretty cool. It's definitely gives like a very hipster feel vibe, but there's so much going on. It's incredible. They also have an entire room that's like gated off with rare first editions, collectibles, other fancy things that they need to keep secluded, but you can definitely go in. You just have to, you know, ask them. This store became an absolute favorite of mine because I found a nearly brand new copy of Daisy Jones and the Six about a month after it came out for $8, and forever will be one of my favorite finds in a used bookstore. So definitely worth checking out. This is another one where you can just spend hours browsing, and in addition to having such cool books and cool art and such, they have some really neat features. You may have seen pictures of this, which is like a book tunnel that lots of people take Instagram photos with. They also have this setup with like flying books. It's just really cool to look at and like so photographable. Yeah. Those are all of my favorites, but I do have a couple honorable mentions I would like to throw out there. The Tattered Cover Bookstore in Denver, Colorado. Great indie bookstore, huge, and is right next to the ballpark if you want to go catch a baseball game too. Book Culture LIC. There are so many great bookstores in New York City, but this one is one of my favorites. It's in Long Island City in Queens, so it's near a friend that I always stay with when I'm in New York City's house, so it's always on my list of places to stop. And Brookline Brooksmith in Brookline, Massachusetts, right outside of Boston. My sister used to live directly across the street from it, and I loved to go visit. So there you have my favorite places to visit when I am traveling on layovers, the best bookstores in the United States. I want to know what your favorite bookstore is, whether it is in your city that you live or somewhere else. Please let me know in the comments. I am always looking for new bookstores to visit. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you'd like to be notified every time I post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!